What is up, everybody? I'm back with another video, and as you can see, I've got a couple more square bodies sitting in front of me. I know I just did one square body. I have not finished it yet. Still need to get that all finished up. I'm still debating on what color I should paint the wheels, if I should paint them shiny black or just keep them chrome. I'm not 100% sure. I know all my wheels are chrome, so I'm thinking about doing something a little different on this truck. But today, in this video, I'm actually going to do another little tutorial video on how to take off decals, because a lot of people ask me about this, and I want everybody to see this video. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the decals off of this truck, and we're actually going to turn this truck into more of a truck, kind of like this right here, but we're going to have no decals on it whatsoever. The reason I'm not taking the decals off of this truck is just because this is a whole entire decal right here. This is not just paint. So if you take this little decal off right here, you're going to have to take this whole thing off, and it will be a pain because you have to go around the tail light, and then you have to get all that good stuff without trying to not touch anything that you shouldn't touch with all of your Q-tips. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get right into it. Like I said before, this is what you use. This is a 100% pure acetone remover. It's fingernail polish remover, and I believe somewhere on the bottle, 100% acetone. That is not in English, but let's see here somewhere. Oh, right there. The big letters that say 100% acetone. That's what you're looking for right there. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take just a normal Q-tip, and then also after you're done with these, don't throw them away, because you can actually cut this right here and this right here off, and you can use this for your axle tubing on your trucks. It's a lot cheaper than going out and buying Hobby Lobby metal every time. So what you're going to do is you're just going to start kind of going in circles just a little bit. I think I am going to leave that Silverado decal on it if I can. So I'm just going to kind of go over it pretty much, kind of try and get rid of it all. I am going to probably take the silver off of it as well. Try and leave the little trim piece kind of looking thing right there. So go ahead and take it all off the cab. And as you can see, there's still quite a bit on the cab. So this one is pretty much junk. So I'm going to go to this side of the same thing and take it off once again. And like I said, I would not be doing these videos over and over again, but I know a lot of people cannot find my other videos or something like that. So I figured, why not just go ahead and do another one real quick. Doesn't take too long anyways. So you're pretty much, what you're going to do is you're just going to go over in circles over and over and over again until you get all the decal off of the truck, and then you'll have paint and other stuff like that on the truck. So like I said, I am going to leave that little Silverado on there. I think that looks kind of cool. And whatever you do, do not touch any plastic that you have with your acetone, because it will eat the plastic off. I promise you that. I'm not kidding. So don't try it. Don't try it at home. Alright, so I'm going to grab another Q-tip here. And I'm just going to show one side of this progress, so that way you guys ain't sitting here watching the whole thing. So it's kind of like, oh my gosh, is he ever going to get done with this one side of the truck? Nope, not going to do it. So I'm just going to get these little decals here. What does this say here? Auto. I'm not going to leave that on there. Looks kind of janky on there. So go ahead and try and get all this decal off without touching the back bumper. Okay. Alright, so now set my truck back down and do this all over again. So we're going to go ahead and clean this side of the truck up real good. Get to where I can see. And we are going to take these wheels off, so don't worry. It's not going to stay a monster truck, I promise. Oh. So just taking all my decals off. So as you can see, there's a little bit left on the truck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brand new Q-tip, and I'm going to go over the whole side of the truck one more time, just so that way we make sure we get all of it off, so that way we don't have to deal with any of this later. Just make sure you're just kind of barely touching the truck with this stuff, because if not, it'll eat all your paint off of the truck as well. And actually, this works as a good paint remover too. If you put it in a bowl or something like that, like a tight sealed bowl, you can actually use this stuff as a paint remover. So as you can see there, I believe all of it is off of the truck. So it looks like it says 454 C10. I'm not 100% sure I like that there. This is just going to be kind of a factory truck, but we might leave it there for now. Make sure the back don't have anything. It does have a little chip in the back, which ain't no big deal. But I'm going to go ahead and hit this side with some little Q-tips here, and I'll catch you guys in just a second. Alright guys, so I got all the decals off of the truck. It looks super cool, it has fingerprints all over it. I need to wipe it off a little bit, but it does look super cool. So I did decide we are going to go ahead and I'm going to do a full build on this truck, and I'm going to show you exactly what scale or what size of rod and axle rod I use. So this right here is 1/16 brass rod. This is what I use for all my axles, stuff like that, and my drive shafts, I'll use that. And then this is a 3/64 brass rod. This here, actually, I use this for all my traction bars, stuff like that. It looks super good on the underneath of the trucks. So I do highly recommend getting this stuff from Hobby Lobby. You can pick this up for $3.99. Pretty cheap, not too bad. I really like it. It really works good. Don't get the blue stuff. It does bend very easily, so I don't recommend it unless you just want to do something else like a roll cage, stuff like that. It would work good with. And I also picked up, I've not used any of this yet. This here is we might end up using this today actually. This is a styrene rod, or not rod, but it's like a square, and I do believe we got, let's see here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it open here.
Actually, there's one out on the floor.
Go ahead and cut it open. So like I said, I've not used this stuff yet, so we are going to use it on this truck. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to take all the truck apart. It's not too hard. So it has these little nipples inside the actual frame of the truck, so you just want to kind of pull them away from the truck if you can get them. Oh, there's the front of the truck. So we'll go ahead and see if we can't pull the back out. I kind of like to wiggle it back and forth just a little bit, so that way you can kind of get it flush. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I probably will end up taking this frame off, sanding it down, and just making it smooth. As you guys seen in the previous video, or the previous part of this video, I had a different front bumper on it. It had this janky looking thing on it. Not a fan of that, so that is out of the question. So we're going to use this little guy. And so now I am going to try out my new stuff here. I got it. It looks pretty nice for like the lift kits and stuff. So what I'm going to go with is another set of boggers. I think these boggers look really good on the square body. I think this truck is going to turn out super cool after it's done. I will show you guys the end process on that truck. I have not finished it yet. I need to get it all finished up. So let's get started on this truck. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of get me a little measurement going on here. I'm not 100% sure what to cut this with. I'm probably going to go ahead and use a knife on this stuff. I believe that would probably be the easiest and the fastest way to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a Sharpie real quick out of my little drawer here. Out of my top drawer. Let's see if I can find one here. Got one. Let's so now go ahead and slide our little piece back on there somewhere. And I'm gonna go ahead and mark it right around in there. And I'm gonna see how good this stuff cuts with some scissors, or not scissors. I'm gonna twist with a knife. So, as you can see, there is another square body sitting there. I probably will end up doing another video on another square body. It's just, I'm not 100% sure when. So, I'm gonna see if I can't cut this stuff with a knife. Might be easier to cut it with something else, not 100% sure. So now what you can do is I'm going to go with a little bit more of a lift, kind of like the square body I just done. So we're just going to tap a little bit onto there, like so. I'm just going to place my little piece down, just like that. Make sure it's somewhat straight and looks good. So that way we don't have to come back in later and fix it up again. So, go ahead and let that dry for a second. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut me another piece. I'm not sure what would be easier. I'm not sure if a knife would be easier, or if some scissors will be easier. I'm not 100% sure. Let me try some scissors. Whoop, I'm losing my scissors. So I got some little cheap Menard scissors here. I'll see if we can't cut through this stuff a little easier with this. I do have some cutters here, so that seems like it works fairly good. So I just have to sand down the end of this. I'm not sure. If you had a little Dremel in your house, that'd be awesome. That would work out good. But I keep my Dremel outside in the garage, so I don't have to. So I have to at least make an attempt to go outside every once in a while. I'm just kidding. I go outside quite often. Usually to paint stuff or work on little stuff here and there. But I do like to be outside as much as I do working on these trucks. So try to keep it painting them outside. I would love to have a painting booth. That'd be awesome. Because today, I had to strip down one of my trucks. Oh, what am I doing? I've still got to get my measurement here. Alright, so I guess we're gluing this in because I was not even paying attention. I was talking. So, I already glued this in. So now what we can do, get my measurement here. So we're going to have it pretty wide. Kind of like the last truck we done. And I am going to do these wheels chrome. I did decide I am going to do these wheels black. If you say otherwise, just let me know in the comments and say, hey, I want to see them white. White well, you never know. White might look kind of cool on that truck. So, since I already glued the wheels on, kind of got to be easy with this. That went flying. I'll have to pick that up later. So, I hope this is the right measurement because I already glued it in the dang wheel. Alright, so now that looks just about perfect to me. I do like that. So now what we can do is, like I showed you guys in the beginning, taking your decals off. Let's use one that we actually used. So, taking your decals off, you think, well, I'm done with this, toss it. Nope, don't toss it. I promise you won't want to toss it. So what you want to do, cut the ends off of it, just like that. Both sides. Go ahead and cut this one off. So, then I'm going to slide my wheel back off here. And actually, this stuff right here is a little tighter on my wheels than the yellow stuff I use most of the time. So I just kind of want to round it over just a little bit. So that way I don't have to worry about it not being able to being able to roll very well. So I'm just kind of looking at the light here. And then I'm going to cut it just like so. I'm going to slide that back over that just like that. And slide my wheel back on. So now I believe that will work out good. Alright, so now what we can do is we'll go ahead and do the same exact thing. Since I wasn't paying attention and I ended up gluing my wheel in, I'm going to go ahead and redo that on, actually I'm just going to kind of measure it up here. That's not the preferred way to do it. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure it out on the rear. Cut it out. And they should be pretty close to being just about right. If the rears stick out a little bit more than the fronts, that's fine too, because some trucks do. You just never know. So, I'll go ahead and slide our wheels on. And as you can see, that is pretty much the same exact. So, I'll go ahead and slide our wheel back off. I'm going to glue it back into here. And let me know if you guys want to see another video where all I'm doing is putting wheels together. Or not putting wheels together, just gluing trucks together, working on them, trying to get them to put traction bars on them, stuff like that. If you guys are interested in seeing stuff like that, be sure to leave me a comment and say, hey, I want to see stuff like that too. So, go ahead and kind of clean up some of that super glue I got on my wheel. And now, I'm getting a little happy with the super glue tonight. Gosh dang, I keep trying to pick up the super glue instead of my scissors. So now, I'm going to go ahead and slide this back off. Go ahead and cut that off there. Whoa. I'll go ahead and clean that up a little bit. So now, you kind of, if they don't fit right, sometimes you can kind of do this with your scissors. Just be very easy with them and kind of get them cleaned out a little bit. Now what you can do is slide that over. Put your other wheel on here like so. See if it rolls. This one's pretty wobbly, so I am going to go ahead and put a little dab of super glue. Not too much, just a little bitty bit. Will go a long ways on your wheels. Okay. Go ahead and let it roll a little bit. So now, I am going to take a little piece of, or my little nail file there, and kind of get rid of my mark there on both sides. So now, go ahead and glue it onto the rear of the truck. Just like so. And this took me a couple tries last time, so don't worry, we'll get it. Alright, so looks like we got our wheels sitting right in the rear of the truck. And actually, those work really good for the axles. I didn't figure they would work as good as they do. Now I'm just going to take my other side, slide it on there, just like so. See how that sits on there? That looks pretty good. Pretty close. Whoop, too far. So I'm going to go a little further forward on one side. So now, should be good on this side and should be good on this side. Need to go back just a little more. That right there should have done it, hopefully. That looks pretty good to me. I like the looks of it. So now I'm just going to take a little dab of super glue, go on that side, and then a little dab on this side. And then I'm going to clean it up off my axle because it kind of don't look the best if you leave it on there when you go to paint it. Alright, so now we'll do a little roll test. Go ahead and slide our rears out, or our fronts out just a little bit. So our fronts, so I'm going to go ahead and pull these back out. So like what I was showing you, I did not do it in my first one. So I'm just going to take the end of my scissors kind of like this. Don't cut yourself though. Just kind of wring that out. Oh, I guess we'll glue it back on. I'm going to go ahead and clean this kind of out just a little bit. I wouldn't have to do this if I was using the yellow stuff. I just wanted to see if this stuff would work, because I actually have not tried the blue stuff. So, as you've seen, my fronts didn't roll the greatest, so this should help. Go ahead and clean that out. So now I can put my axle back together here. See how good that slides around in there now. Find my other tire. Go ahead and slide it back on. And thank goodness I didn't glue that on yet. That would have been fun. So the reason I'm using the blue is actually because I ran out of I'm close to running out of my my yellow. So I thought, well, I'll switch it up, see if I can find some different colors. So looks like that rolls quite a bit better. It looks like it still does have a little bit if you just let it roll on its own. Oh, how'd a wheel fall off? Dang it. This is why you glue your wheels, people. Alright, so I think that'll work out good. I do like the looks of that. So, go ahead and take this wheel off. Just put a little dab of glue on it. Just like so. Slide my wheel in there. Maybe. Kind of move it around a little bit, make sure everything looks good. And I think the back of the truck actually sits up a little higher than the front of the truck. So, as you can see there, they do roll good. I'd say what it is probably my desk is real slick with it being, let's see if these do it. Them don't do it as bad, but I think it's just because they're a little tighter. I'm not 100% sure, so we might have to switch it up again. Not sure on that yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do some traction bars on this truck. Just so this video is not like an hour long. I don't want to have to show you guys all this for an hour long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the traction bars on the truck. And I might even go ahead and do the ones on the white truck. So that way you guys can see both of the trucks done. Besides paint, she is not working on the trucks tonight. Well, she was earlier. She does a phenomenal job on them. If you guys did not see this one yet, she did all the paint work on everything. She made the little bottles in the back of the truck and the stacks. She did all the little antennas. She made this little guy here. I assume this is probably this is on the truck that the customer wanted. So I would assume this is probably going to be like a, oh shoot, like oh, I can't even think, an extension cord holder or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a welder, so I'm not sure. I'm a plumber. So go ahead and sit that truck back up there. There's tons more she has done. She did the utility bed, as you guys seen on my story there. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do traction bars on both of these trucks so you can see them all done and finished up. And of course, I'm going to chrome my front bumper there because that don't look very good in white. So I'll catch you guys in just a second. All right, everybody. So I got the truck all complete. All I got to finish is paint, and then I got to finish the bumper. I got the chrome. Pin. I got it out. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. Got some chrome on the front bumper. It is a little rough. Not too terribly bad though. I might end up switching it with a different one after, or if I do decide to sell this truck. But as you can see, I did throw a little camper shell on it. I did not glue it on. I do not glue stuff like that on. Do not like whenever you glue stuff like that on the trucks. I just thought it looked kind of cool sitting on the truck. I thought it was kind of a neat looking truck. After I got it all done, got the drive shafts put on it, traction bars, all that good stuff. I thought it turned out super cool. And as you can see, it is removable. This truck will have chrome wheels on it, and then I'm going to do some traction bars. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, there goes the grill. I didn't know it was out. But, oh yeah, I did. I knew that was out. I was thinking of that truck for a second. But I'm not 100% sure on the color of the traction bars yet, so be sure to say, hey, you should paint them orange or red might look cool on the blue truck. I'm not 100% sure. We do a lot of them red, so I'm not sure if we'll do them red, or we might do them a little something different. We might do them orange. Orange might look kind of cool on a blue Chevy truck. I'm not sure yet, so we'll just figure that out. This truck here, got it all finished up. As you can see, it's the same thing. I got drive shafts on it, and I think I will probably do some kind of tie rod link or something like that on the truck. Something, I'm not 100% sure yet. I haven't figured it out. I probably will end up doing something like that, kind of like what I did on this truck. As you can see right here, got a little piece running down to the front end of the truck, make it a little more realistic. And then you got all the traction bars and stuff like that on this truck. I think this truck turned out super cool. Really love the looks of this. My girlfriend actually did all of the rustic look on this truck. I was trying to get all the decals off of this truck without having to paint it, and then it didn't end up working out right. So I was just like, well, you know what? Do a rustic look. So we did she did the rustic look on the truck, and it turned out super cool. Really like the looks of this truck. Might go a little more. I'm not 100% sure. I really like the painted front bumper on the truck. I do like how this one is not chrome, and the rear bumper is chrome. It's kind of like a thrown together truck, kind of. So I like the looks of that truck. But these trucks will be finished very soon, as you guys will get an update on these two trucks as they come along. I'm sure you'll see them sitting somewhere around the shop here, and I'm going to do a little straightening up. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of some cool old square body Chevys. I know a lot of people have been asking about them, so I figured, well, let's do some square body Chevys. I love square body Chevys. Really love the green light trucks that they do have for the square body castings. I like the short beds. I like short bed tool drives and the short bed and the single cab long beds. Really like that. And I still, to this day, I still have this thing sitting on my desk. So maybe here soon we'll get something going on this truck. Not 100% sure yet, but we may. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon. I think it's somewhere right in there. But I hope to see you guys in the next one.